Global pandemics, economic collapse, civil unrest. This is truly the 2020 no one saw coming. But don't give up yet. It's time to reset 2020. Join us on July 1st for the Reset 2020 Live Virtual Summit. Reset your life, reset your mind, reset your business. Don't come out of this moment the same as you were going in. Join me, Ryan C. Greene, and 10 top experts, speakers, and leaders as we equip you with what you need to make this second half of the year your greatest second act ever. Secure your free seat now by registering at reset2020summit.com. Welcome. We are live. We are live here at the Reset 2020 Virtual Summit. I want to thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Ryan C. Greene, and we are excited about this event, excited about everything we have in store, all the awesome speakers that are going to come and share with us today. I want to thank you because you have made it to the halfway point. All right. You have made it to the halfway point of 2020, and what a crazy, tumultuous year this has been. It has been, I know I've heard someone else say it. I know no one had this on their dream boards in January 1st. So it's been crazy when you think about all the stuff that we've seen, all the stuff that we've been through already in such a short time. So I thought that this was a perfect opportunity for us to kind of just hit the reset button. And I want to get into exactly what the plan is, what reset is all about in a second. I want to make sure that we do a sound check. Let me just double check a couple of things as we get started. Looks like the live stream is going. I will let you know right off the bat, hey, this is live. And when you go live, that means anything can happen. But what I will promise you is that this is being recorded. So no matter what, if something goes wrong, if the feed drops, you can try to log back on, but it will be recorded. So if you've already pre-registered, that's one of the benefits of pre-registering. You will get access to the replay. So anything that you miss, anything that you can't be around for, you will get access to the replay. So I'm excited about that. So don't worry, but understand that it is live. So, hey, anything can happen. It's a virtual summit. So I've got a lot going on. I'll be sharing information with you, but also bringing on these great guests and making sure that we, I got to check my phone just to make sure someone's not telling me, hey, Ryan, we can't hear you. So let me just check this right quick. Looks like we are good. All right, great. So again, welcome. All right, let me start first by thanking a few people. I want to thank my wife. First and foremost, because we've been going through this year together, and it's important. I think this year has been a testament as to why it's important to not just marry someone you love, but to marry someone you like, because being home with each other has been it's been a joy. I can't complain. She's been a great coworker. She allowed me to have the conference room in the office today so we can do this event. So thank you for her. I want to shout out to my kids, Jordan and Jaden. For them both. I know my son, Jordan, who just graduated high school this year. So he is one of the class of 2020 who lost his senior year, lost his second half of his senior year. But he's been doing his thing. He's been steadfast, maintaining, and ready to go to college in the fall. So, we're going to do something, ready to attend college. I don't know what's going to happen, if he's going to be in it or what, because, things ain't clearing up yet, but I don't know. But anyway, that, my daughter who just turned 16, who thinks that she is 30, but we definitely, I'm thankful for both of them because they keep me young, and they are the ones who allowed me to be called dad. So I appreciate them. Speaking of dads, today, July 1st, I have to give a very special shout out to my father. Today is his birthday. So I want to shout out Reverend Harry A. Greene. Happy birthday to you, sir. Definitely thank you for all you've done. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for just always being there. And wishing you a happy birthday. I'm wishing you a very happy birthday, and want to see you have several more. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, Reset 2020. Reset 2020 is important because this is a time that when I was going through this year, and as I'm living this year, just like you all living this year, right? And I see all that's going on, and I'm human just like everyone else. So it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get knocked off kilter. It's easy to fall victim to the distractions and the negativity of what's going on, and saying, golly, another thing, another thing, another thing. This is like 2016. You all remember 2016, and everybody was dying in 2016, right? This is like 2016 times 10. So, but the personal development side of me, the purpose and passion driven side of me, kept looking at this year as like, I think there's something positive that come from all of this, right? This forced pause, this being sent home, this not dealing with the traffic every day, or really reevaluating what is important in our lives, was something that I saw as a benefit. I said that, if people really take advantage of this time and really take advantage of this moment to really evaluate what it is they've been doing all their lives, and really evaluate what's important, what matters. This could be a great time for certain people who take advantage of it to really set themselves up for a better second act of their life, to set themselves up to really walk in their purpose, to really follow their passions, and really have a more fulfilling life, more impactful life going forward. I think that so many of us just do what we have to do. We do what we've been told to do. We do what we've been taught to do, what we think is normal, because that is just what everyone else does. That's what we've been living life, checking off boxes, right? So to me, this was a time that we can really step out of that and really say, listen, this is my life, and how do I want to live my life, and what am I going to do for the rest of my life? And this is a chance to hit that reset button. So this isn't about starting over. This isn't about getting rid of the past. This isn't about ignoring the past. But this is really about a recalibration, a reset, a refocus, and saying, look, from now on, from this point on, I've seen everything 2020 has dealt. Who knows what the next 6 months is going to bring? However, I am committed that I'm going to focus and reset myself, so that I'm going to take advantage of this time, and I'm going to be able to be sure that I am positioned to be successful no matter what going forward. So what we want to do, and I'm hoping that people will get that, because that's what we're going to talk about all day today. We're going to talk about resetting your mind, resetting your life, resetting your business, so many different other areas of and aspects of your life that need resetting, and we're going to discuss all of that today. So it's important that we pay attention and take some notes and share that. And I wanted the speakers to come on and really, talk about their expertise and where they are. So we've got some great speakers lined up for you. You can look at the schedule below. So we look at the schedule. If you're watching on the view page, you can look at the schedule. We have this full schedule of speakers lined up, so you can see the order. Now, there's a reason there was no times. There's no times listed next to the speakers. And we all have suggested times that they're going to go on. But again, this is live, so anything could happen. So we want to make sure that you may not have the exact time, but you know who's coming next. Okay, so take a look at that. Also, I don't want to forget the bottom of the page below the speakers. You can also see a lot of different offers and promos and opportunities for you to further the conversations after today, for you to get more resources after today, for you to really position yourself to work with some of these people that you'll see today, as well as better yourself. So let's move this out the way here. This mic is sensitive, right? So we're looking forward to some of those things. Don't be afraid to take advantage of it and say, listen, take control. And today is going to be the day that you're going to go out there and really do something. So be excited about that. Now, we have a lot of giveaways today as well. So I want to start right off the bat with a giveaway. So those who were tuned in early, you are going to benefit, because last year, just over a year ago, I wrote Becoming a Passionpreneur. I wrote this book. It's a hardcover book. I always got to point that out. It's a hardcover book, right? because I'm so proud of it. Look at that. It's so nice. It's a hardcover book. I mean, come on. How many independent publishers putting out hardcover books? All right. So this is a hardcover book. Becoming a Passionpreneur is all about how to make a living, how to turn what you know, how to turn your expertise into a passion-driven revenue stream. So how to make a living doing what you love by turning your passions into revenue. So if you are in a position where you say, you know what, you know something, or you want to find a way to build extra income, or maybe you're a content expert, or maybe you're a professional and people ask you for advice on something that you know, and you want to teach people that, you want to know how to make money from what you know, this book teaches you my system on how to do that. It goes through step by step how to do that and become a passionpreneur and build a content driven business. Now, I'm giving it away free for you. So if you are tuned in right now, you can go to www. Don't leave right now. Just write it down. Go to www.passionpreneurbook.com. Let me put it back up here so you know how to spell it. Let me see. Boom. Passionpreneurbook.com. Go ahead, jot that down, or you can open up a second tab in your computer, whatever it is. You'll be able to get the free copy of that book. Okay, all you have to do is pay for shipping, but that book is yours for free. So I'm excited about that. Right off the bat, I want to make sure that I am giving you something. I mean, let alone, this event is free, but we're still giving away more. We have other people who are going to come, and we have other things we're going to share with you as the day goes on. So we are going to, hey, let's just start right now, right? No need in wasting time and waiting. So I want to share something as we get ready to really dive in. I wanted to set the tone, the baseline of what we're doing today and what reset really means to me, and why now is the time to really plant your seed. Why now is the time to put forth the effort to do what it is that you want to do, to come out of this time better than you went into it. Okay. People always talking about, I've been always talking about the new normal. What's the new normal going to be like? What's the new normal going to be like? And I've said all the time that I don't like that term. I don't like the new normal because the old normal was never good anyway. We weren't created to be normal. We were created to be extraordinary, right? So we don't want to strive and find out what the new normal is, because there's a lot of people who are stressed out about normal. There's a lot of people who hated normal. There's a lot of people who were dissatisfied with normal. There's a lot of people who lost from normal. So we don't want to strive for normal coming out of this. We don't want another normal. We don't want this moment to end up being, and we walk into the same thing we were doing. It just looks a little different, but it's the same thing. So we're not looking for that. We're not looking for normal. I think if you're an employer and your employees have been teleworking all this time, then bringing them back in the office, you're gonna have some problems. If you've been able to function properly with all your employees out the office, and the only reason you're bringing them back in the office is because you want to be able to stand over their shoulders and micromanage, you're gonna have some problems. So how are you going to navigate that? And as an employee, you realize that, hey, teleworking is an option. How does that open up opportunities elsewhere? Maybe you don't have to live in the same place where you work. So this is just one example of how we don't want to go back to normal, and how these opportunities could really change everything for us. So I want to talk about why now is the time to sow. Okay, one night I was it was like 3:00 in the morning, and I woke up and I just heard in my head this over like Mark 4:4. So I was like, wow, I don't normally wake up with scriptures in my head. I had no idea what Mark 4:4 was, but I knew that if I was being awakened in the middle of the night and a scripture was what I was hearing in my head, that I knew that I should probably pay attention. And so I didn't get up because I was asleep. I was like, if I get up, I'm not going back to sleep. So what I just kept doing was I just kept saying, repeating it in my head, Mark 4:4, Mark 4:4. And that way I was just constantly saying it, so I would know that when I woke up, I remembered, oh yeah, Mark 4:4. So when I finally did wake up and I checked out what Mark 4:4 was, it was the story about the sowing the seed. So I won't read the whole scripture to you. You can go and read. It's actually Mark 3 through like 8 or 9 or something like that. But it was about planting seeds and sowing your seed. And there's 4 different things that happen when someone sows their seed. Okay. And it was so apropos for right now. It just spoke to me about right now. And this was before, I think it might have even been the impetus for me doing the Reset 2020 Summit, because this was before I'd even thought of the summit. And as a sidebar, by the way, this summit came about within 3.5 weeks. So this was a 3.5 week. I feel like I've been doing it for about 3-4 months, but really 3.5 weeks. I put this thing together. All the speakers came through. Everyone who said yes just enthusiastically joined and were ready. They said this is the right time for something like this. So excited about that. So let's talk about the seeds, right? So the first seed, when you sow seed, there's four things that happen. The first thing is some seed you sow will fall by the wayside. Okay, so if you're planting your seed, and if it's spring, I'm planting grass every single spring, so I gotta go through this, right? So you plant grass, you plant the seed, and some of it falls by the wayside, and it's eaten up by the birds, right? So you plant your seed, and the birds come and they eat your seed, and I look at that like the same way that we are. If you're a content person, if you're always putting out information, if you're trying to share stuff, everything that you put out is not going to grow. Everything that you do, everything you try is not going to work and win. But there's someone that's always watching. There's someone that's going to grab something from that. There's some birds out there that are taking little pieces that you don't know you're even inspiring. You don't know that you're motivating. You don't know that you're helping. But it's your activity. It's your constantly doing the thing that is going to edify them. So whereas you may not get a certain result that you had in mind that you were looking for, but when you go out there and plant those seeds, and just by constantly doing what it is that you do, now you are you're helping them. So your seed is going to help someone else without you even knowing. And you may get upset like, oh man, I probably should have muted that, right? But I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna let that keep going. But your seed is going to help someone else whether you know it or not. So that's the first thing. So that's why you got to keep sowing your seed. Keep sowing your seed, because some of it's going to help somebody else, even if you don't know, and even if you don't get the benefit of it. All right, even if you have a bald spot in your grass because so another bird planted your seed, that bird now has the seed. They were fed. Okay, so. But then also it says some seed falls on stony land. All right, so and stony land, but it immediately springs up. But because it had no depth of earth, it was scorched in the sun. So I was like, wow, some seed falls on stony ground. What we cannot do, and what some of us fall victim of, is trying to always do the next thing. What's the next hot thing? Or we don't put enough work into something. We want to do something. We're looking for the next quick hit, and we go. And we might have some quick success, but because you haven't been rooted, because your seed hasn't been rooted, you haven't stuck with it long enough. That quick success happens, but then as soon as the sun comes, as soon as hard times come, it dries up. It dries up. So hold on. All right, let's see what's going on here. Sorry about that. All right. So, had quick technical difficulty. Got to make sure we get our people in here. I realized for some reason that was cutting off. All right, great. All right, sorry about that. All right, so the third seed is that some seed falls among the thorns and they're choked and yield no crops. So think about that. Think about those seeds that you do. You put this is where I hate this term, but to make it relative, this is where you have your haters, right? And people who can consider people who consider themselves having haters, or people who just really aren't for you. Your enemies are out there, and those seeds that you may put stuff out there, and you say, hey, just share this, right? Just hear something, tell somebody else about it, and they don't, and they really want to see you fail. Those are people who really want to see you not do well. So they want to suck up some of those seeds, but the thing is, you got to still put them out there. Those thorns are going to choke out, those seeds, and you won't yield crop from that. But that's going to happen. You know that's going to happen. You got to keep going anyway. But then the fourth seed, it says some fell on good ground, and it yielded crops that sprung up and increased 30, 60, and 100 fold. And that's what's so important about the seed now, is that the seed you grow now, we're looking for it to spring up. All right, we're looking to put it in fertile ground. Right now, where you have this forced pause in our life, where we're forced to kind of step back and really really reset, restructure, and decide what it is important to us now. This is the time to really plant it in good ground. What I love the most, I've seen so many people now, is that the creativity that I've seen people been able to tap into. People who never had time to really tap into that right brain side, because all they do is go to work. All they do is run. All they do is take the kids to every activity all week long. And you never have time to sit down and say, what is in me that I can bring to the world? What is in me that I can bring out? So it's great that this opportunity has come, because in this time we're able to slow down and say, hey, how many of you have learned how to sew face masks during this time? How many of you learn how to take photography, cook, do whatever it is that you learn how to do during this time? So, now that you learn those things, what do you do with them? So this is a great time that you've been able to learn those things and really go forward and really get out of you what it is that was important to you. So I'm grateful for that. And hopefully that you're getting that out of this. So when I saw that 4 seeds, think about it, the seeds are going to happen. You're going to have 4 seeds. You're going to have some that the birds are going to take, and some that are going to fall on stony ground, are going to spring up quickly. But then some that are going to be swallowed by the thorns, and then others that are going to grow. And those are the ones that you have to work, that you want to be focused on, the ones that are going to grow, because you've got to plant them all. That's the thing. You've got to plant all the seeds. You don't know which ones are going to be the ones that grow in 30, 60, 100 folds. You got to keep planting those seeds. So that's important. Now, so that's what we're going to talk about today, was planting those seeds in our minds, our lives, our businesses, and how we can grow and do those things in a better way. So looking forward to that. I'm going to take a quick pause right now as we get ready to bring on our first guest. So we're going to be right back in, as Chuck Woolery would say, 2 and 2.